As the legal threats against Donald Trump mount, so too do his threats against his opposition. Threats for what he'll do if he becomes president. He had an interview with Univision this week, and he laid it out about as clear as he ever has before, saying, they have done something that allows the next party. I mean, if I happen to be president and I see somebody who's doing well and beating me very badly, I say go down and indict them. Mostly what that would be, they would be out of business. They'd be out of the election. Super clear about why he'd be doing it, what the goal would be. But he's not 100% sure that it's going to end up there. He's sort of like warning them that maybe they can back off. He says, if they do this, and they've already done it, but if they want to follow through on this, yeah, it could certainly happen in reverse. Saying, hey, maybe if you back off, if you stop these court cases against me, then maybe I don't have to lock up you and your families in the future. So that's fun from an authoritarian sense. But then he starts to sort of lose his way. He says, what they've done is they've released the genie out of the box. You understand that. They've done something that nobody thought would happen. They've taken a president who's very popular. I got 75 million votes, much more than that. I believe no president's ever gotten that many votes, and they've taken that number of people. And I think you can double it, or almost you can triple it in terms of the real feeling. You can't do that. You can't go after people. Unless you're him, presumably. Now, that said, that's the substance, and we will return to that. But there were just some little things, Brett, that I'm sure you picked up on there that really bother me. I understand that people are frustrated with the energy level and, capacity of Joe Biden. It makes total sense. But he is like underrated for Swiss cheeseness of the brain. Genies, quite notably, live in lamps. That's sort of their whole deal, really, not boxes. And clearly he has boxes on the brain, but this is a guy who's confusing the leadership of China and North Korea. He's forgetting where genies live. Does he know what year it is?
It's weird that you would take this moment to attack Christina Aguilera for saying that genies are in a bottle as well.
Yeah, that's weird too.
You put your D in a box, the genie goes in the lamp or the bottle, but you don't have a box full of genies. I don't know what bargain basement knockoff genies. I know he likes to rub things without their permission, but that was ridiculous. Listen, it's fine to say there is criticism to be had about the timing of the trials against Trump. Like, Trump has been indicted for many crimes, but many of them, the people prosecuting even said, like, I don't want to do this. Just give the documents back. But that said, like, Donald Trump does go on trial on March 4th of 2024, and Super Tuesday is on March 5th. So the timing of these trials, I am certain, is politically motivated, but the content of these trials is absolutely, from what I've seen, substantiated. If you look at the one in Florida, multiple, quote, co-conspirators have pled guilty already. So this isn't just out of thin air or whole cloth that these indictments have been brought. What Donald Trump is trying to do is go way past anything he has a right to say and say, oh, no, what I would do is go after these people for purely political reasons because he wants to be seen as the victim.
Yeah, 100%. It's really just like it's a clarification of the stance that we know that he has. And again, maybe we shouldn't be surprised that this is what he's going to do. He's the guy who went into the 2016 election with the chance of lock her up. The idea that he considers going after your opponents to be an unprecedented thing has never made any sense. But I want to make sure that people understand that it's not just him. And if it were just him that is going to dispatch the DOJ or something, look, that's going to be very frustrating to a lot of people. But they still theoretically have to prove that Biden or Hunter Biden or whoever has actually done something, and you can defend yourself legally. It gets scarier when it's not just Trump, when others are sort of playing the same game. And we got additional evidence of that coming out of the new House Speaker, Mike Johnson. He had a meeting with moderates within his party this week, and he appeared to agree, apparently, with Republican lawmakers who argued that since Biden's polling numbers have been so weak, there's less of a political imperative to impeach him, according to Republicans who attended that. So he has openly been, yeah, like, I guess if he was doing better, we'd impeach him, but he's not, so I guess we won't. All that stuff about corruption and taking bribes and everything, that doesn't really matter. He's not really doing that well. Like, this is not just Trump. I assume we should be able to have a slightly higher standard for Mike Johnson or for the other Republicans. Maybe not. I don't know. I've been gone for a while.
Right. Whether you're going to charge someone of a crime and try them for a crime should probably depend not on the political factors at the time, but rather on whether they committed a crime. That's it. Yeah. But obviously, I mean, I don't want to be the guy who's like, I can't believe politics is so political, but that's absolutely what it is. And the best thing is going to be like, they might have to change their mind later on. I mean, Trump puts up a bunch of bluster about how this actually helped me. Even Ron DeSantis said that the indictments against Trump helped Trump. I don't think that's true. And I'm certain that won't be true as we get closer and closer to primaries. And there are ongoing trials, gavel to gavel, like it's some kind of weird crossover between West Wing and Law and Order happening at the exact same time.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the recent polls have me worried. It's still a long ways away. And we don't know exactly what's going to happen with Trump. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with Biden. We'll have to see. But I remain a little bit worried.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.